morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is the English Bulletin with me, Acharya. The top stories first. Workers across the world mark the establishment of World Federal of Trade Unions, reiterated the demand of dignified life of laborers. Group discussions of UML Statute General Convention concludes. UML to wrap up the 3-day convention today. NOC gets revised list from Indian Oil Corporation. Loss of NOC likely to go up. Taiwan says dozens of Chinese planes entered its defense zone. Says it is the largest incursion by Beijing till date. And Suarez scores as Atletico beat Barca. Anthony Griezmann also featured against his former club. And now the news in detail. Laborers across the world are celebrating the Labor Day today to mark the establishment of the World Federation of Trade Unions on October 3 after the end of the Second World War. Altogether, 346 workers of 56 nations from across the world had formed the union in Paris in October 3, 1945 to reorganize the laborers post-World War. Workers across the world are observing the 76th Establishment Day, highlighting the main slogan of the WFTU demanding a dignified life for laborers. WFTU had launched a global campaign to ensure a dignified life of laborers, universal access to health services, and end the racial discrimination against the laborers. The federation is made up of 11 international trade unions representing diverse fields like banking sector, education, energy, among others. More than 105 million workers of 135 countries are affiliated to the federation. A total of 8 trade unions of Nepal are affiliated to the WFTU. Group discussions of the CP and UML's first Statute General Convention has concluded. The deliberation on political and organizational reports as well as statute amendment proposal that started from yesterday morning has concluded. CP and UML Party Office Secretary Sher Bahadur Tamang said that discussions were held among 10 different groups on 3 reports presented during the convention. The group leaders will submit suggestions on all the 3 reports today. Party Chair KP Sharma Oli had presented political report while General Secretary Ishwar Pokhrel had presented organizational report and Deputy General Secretary Vishnu Prasad Paudel had presented the statute amendment proposal. The 3 leaders will respond to the respective reports today. A total of 6,347 delegates are participating in the convention that will conclude later today. Nepali Congress leader Prakash Man Singh has said the party should be governed in a systematic manner. Inaugurating the convention of the NC Kathmandu Metropolis yesterday, Singh said that the 14th General Convention of the party would ensure that the party runs in a systematic manner. The party would be consolidated and cleansed from the upcoming General Convention, asserted leader Singh. NC's former General Secretary Singh also declared his candidacy for the post of party's president. He urged incumbent President Sher Bahadur Deuba and senior leader Ramchandra Paudel to serve as the party's guardian after the 14th General Convention. Likewise, NC Central member Gagan Thapa said the NC should strategically move ahead to fight and win the upcoming election. He also suggested overhauling the party so as to protect the country from the menace of communists. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 1,023 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the total cases of coronavirus in the country have climbed to 796,618, while the number of active cases has dropped to 17,642 from the overnight tally of 18,115. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, altogether 767,819 infected persons have recovered from the disease cases in the country so far, following the recovery of 1,123 patients yesterday. The death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 11,157 after 9 fatalities were reported yesterday. Nepal is currently among top 43 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The USA tops the list with over 44.49 million confirmed cases, followed by India over 33.81 million cases. Coronavirus has infected more than 234 million people across the world and claimed over 4.8 million lives. And now the news from economic front. Loss of the state-owned Nepal Oil Corporation is likely to go up with a new price list received from the Indian Oil Corporation, a report. NOC has estimated a possible loss of over rupees 1.5 billion from the sale of fuel in next 15 days based on the revised price list received on October 1. With the addition of newly determined price, domestic tax rates and other different costs, NOC is to invest rupees 139.18 for per litre of petrol, rupees 120.01 for per litre of diesel, rupees 93.94 for per litre of kerosene, rupees 84.07 for air fuel to be used in domestic flights, rupees 76.44 for air fuel used in external flights, and rupees 1,961.88 for a single cooking gas cylinder. Lately, the NOC had adjusted the price of petroleum products on August 23. According to the adjusted price, 1 litre of petrol cost rupees 130, diesel and kerosene rupees 113, while rupees 86 has been fixed for fuel used for domestic flights and rupees 1,450 for cooking gas cylinder. Based on the stipulated price, now the NOC is to bear loss of rupees 9.18 for 1 litre of petrol and rupees 7.01 in diesel, and gain profit of rupees 19.59 in kerosene, rupees 1.93 in domestic air fuel, rupees 15.10 in external air fuel, and a loss of rupees 511.88 per cylinder of LPG. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. Taiwan says dozens of Chinese military jets have flown into its air defense zone in the last 2 days, the largest incursion by Beijing till date. Taiwan's defense ministry said 38 planes, including nuclear-capable bombers, entered the area in 2 waves on Friday. A further 20 planes flew through on Saturday, the ministry said. China sees Democratic Taiwan as a breakaway province, but Taiwan sees itself as a sovereign state. Taiwan has been complaining for more than a year about repeated missions by China's Air Force near the island. China has been engaged in military aggression, damaging regional peace. Taiwan's Premier Su Tseng-chang told reporters on Saturday the government in Beijing, which is making 72 years since the founding of the People's Republic of China, has so far made no public comment, but it has previously said such fights were to protect its sovereignty and also targeted conclusion between Taiwan and the US. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Reigning champions Atletico Madrid went level on with Real Madrid at the top of La Liga and inflicted further damage on struggling Barcelona with a deserved win in Spain's capital. Thomas Lemar scored the opener, finishing well at the end of a move involving João Felix and Suarez. Suarez then slotted in against his former club to put Atletico in charge. Antoine Griezmann also featured against his former club as a late substitute at Atletico basked in their superiority. For all the woes surrounding Barcelona this season, this loss was actually their first in La Liga, but it deserves them 8th in the table on 12 points. Simon's side, who are second only on goal difference but have played a game more than rivals Real. Prior to this, Barca had 3 wins and 3 draws to their name, with back-to-back 3 losses in the Champions League. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Workers across the world mark the establishment of World Federation of Trade Unions, reiterate the demand of dignified life of laborers. Group discussions of UML Statute General Convention concludes. UML to wrap up the 3-day convention today. NOC gets revised list from Indian Oil Corporation. Loss of NOC likely to go up. Taiwan says dozens of Chinese planes entered its defense zone, says it is the largest incursion by Beijing till date. And Suarez scores as Atletico beat Barcelona. Antoine Griezmann also featured against his further club. And that's all from the English news desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.